Hey, Mackenzie here from Cactus Collective Weddings. I'm going to be jumping on an interview with Lydia from Red Rock Casino and Resort. And we're just going to touch base on kind of how things have been going with the new reopening of casinos in Las Vegas and how Red Rock Casino in particular is handling some of those precautions that folks might be interested in learning about. And also handling how they're doing weddings and small receptions. I think it's going to be an interesting conversation and one you don't want to miss.
Here and have a little chat with Lydia from Red Rock Casino and the Palms. And she's going to answer some questions that I have for her, and hopefully they can shed some light on how the reopening in Las Vegas, in particular for Red Rock Casino, is going. All right.
Hello, I'm happy to be here.
Lydia, could you make a little introduction about yourself, like who you are and what you do?
Yeah, I'm the Director of Special Events for Red Rock and Palms. We're going to focus on Red Rock today just because it's the property that's already open. Palms is still a little TBD. Hopefully this fall we'll be back in action. But I work with social events, so I do weddings and bar mitzvahs and birthday parties and all of the fun celebrations on property.
Awesome. Okay. And you do events that, large and small.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yep,
okay,
it does not matter what the size is.
Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to ask you some specific questions, really in particular to kind of the reopening phase in Las Vegas and how it's all going.
Yeah.
All right. So actually this one, you guys are already open, right?
Yes. We are open, and we've been open since early June, and it's going really, really well. On the casino, pool, restaurant side, we've seen record-setting levels of business. So even with 50% capacity, we've had to manage capacities, restrict access, even at times because we've been so busy. So that's all very, very positive.
Gotcha. So yeah, actually in regards to restricting access and kind of the safety measures, can you tell us like what people can expect if they were to come to the property right now?
Oh yeah, we've made huge investments in developing our safety plan, and it has to get approved by the governor and the Gaming Control Board. And we've gone way above and beyond even the standards, the baseline standards that we needed to meet. I think Stations has invested and developed a program that is one of the more intense in the city. So things you can expect when you enter, we have greeters at every entrance that are opening doors for you. So the least amount of contact you can make, the better. Every single person gets temperature scanned. So basically you stand on a dot and there's a machine that kind of scans you that you don't even, you just sit there for like 2 seconds and then they tell you, yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Happens at every entrance and also for team members. So everybody's getting temperature scanned before they come into the building every day. We do offer masks. We have them readily available if anybody wants one. We're not requiring our guests to wear them, but we do require that all of our team members wear them. So you'll see all of us in masks, even the cocktail girls at the pool, even the dealers, every single person you interact with property will have a mask on. And then we're 50% capacity in the casino floor. So half the machines don't have a chair in front of them. Table games have half amount of chairs. Restaurants are 50% capacity. The pool is 50% capacity. So half of the day beds that are normally there, they've taken out. We have a huge increase in the amount of staff. So we have a lot of staff around constantly cleaning that you'll see. They have bright red shirts that say stay safe, so you can't miss them. And then of course, all of the social distancing, we do our best to make that available. So there are dots on the floor and things are 6 feet apart or more, so that people can stay in a space that's comfortable for them. And then finally for hotel rooms, they have their own process I could talk for an hour on in order to sanitize and clean them. But they also get a seal on the door as soon as they're cleaned. So when you check in, you know that if the seal is there, nobody else has been in the room. So that's an extra layer of peace of mind that it's been cleaned and no one else has gone in there and disturbed it. So there's, the one other thing I should mention is that all of our team members have been tested for COVID-19 as well. And there are more tests available if needed. So if anybody is showing symptoms or feels like they need a test, they're all readily available to our team members as well. So that's
Oh,
another
cool.
layer of safety. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That sounds like a lot. Like
Yes.
I had no idea.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
we've done a lot just to give people peace of mind, because when you're coming back into life for the first time in months, you can get a little scared or apprehensive. So it definitely gives not only our guests peace of mind, but our team members, knowing that everybody is in as safe as environment as possible.
Yeah, that makes sense. So,
Mhm.
well, so actually, can you tell me how like so somebody actually isn't physically taking your temperature, it's like some sort of electronic thing that touch like buzzes people. I don't know how
No,
does that work actually?
it looks like a projector almost. So
Got
there's
it.
a security officer with a machine next to it, and it's probably about 8 to 10 feet away from the dot you stand on. And it's just a 2-second,
Oh,
and you don't feel anything, nothing touches you. You just stand there and it scans you, and it does like a thermal reading. And then the security officer's screen will tell them if your temperature is over or under 100.
got it. Wow. That's so are all the restaurants open?
All of our restaurants except for Terrace and the buffet. Buffet, I feel like it's probably going to be a while before that opens. I haven't heard an opening date on Terrace quite yet, but I know they were going to kind of assess business levels to see when they open that one up too. But everything else is open, including bowling.
Oh, cool. That's
Mm-hmm.
awesome.
Yeah.
And it's a nice time of year to be able to go to the pool. So
Oh yeah, everybody thinks so.
yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, I would definitely suggest, if you're planning to come to the pool, to either have a cabana reservation. Their cabanas are selling out almost every day, even weekdays.
Wow.
We're going to do a day pass. Make sure you get there kind of close to opening, because that's one of the places that we hit capacity almost every day. So at some point during the day, people are getting turned away from access. So just for your plans, if you're planning a pool day, keep that in mind. And I assume it would be the same at GVR, which is one of our sister properties, because they also have a really nice pool.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, you're having to turn people away.
Mm-hmm.
Got
Yep.
it. That's really good information.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
um, and then let me see what else I was going to ask you. So is there something that you've been really excited about since the reopening of Red
Well,
Rock?
I think that because catering and events are going to be kind of the last thing to come back, we have our 50-person gathering limit. So I think getting really creative with how we can accommodate all of those requests of 50 people and less. We were so used to before focusing on those large events, those high dollar, tons of people, kind of big extravaganzas. And now it's really fun actually to focus on how can we make an experience for 30 people feel just as incredible as a 200-person wedding. So we've been doing a lot more and focusing a lot more on those smaller, short term. We've been doing a few elopements. We've had some socially distant weddings coming up. We actually have a wedding this Saturday that we're excited about. 45 people, because you have to count the staff that's going to be in the room too. So we're 45 people, and we got really creative with the setup. So I think that I'm excited about challenges, because it's something different than what we're used to. So doing things different and out of the box has been fun.
Yeah, I think, I mean, and that speaks to kind of Cactus Collective folks. I mean, most of our weddings are 50 and under, so super relevant for us.
Oh yeah.
but actually, so speaking of weddings, so tell us how, if you can, how like the reception work. How would a reception work, socially distanced reception?
So we only have 6 people at a table where there used to be 10. And we also have things spread out a lot more. We have the bar actually placed in the foyer instead of in the room, so that if people are gathered there, that's less of congestion. There is a dance floor, but it's pretty optional. This particular wedding is not like super dance heavy, so they think they'll do like first dance and their parent dances and things like that. And they were thinking of actually doing some of those choreographed dances like cha-cha slide or something so that people can stay distant and not have to be in a huge group. But I think dancing is very much up to the individual on what they feel comfortable doing. So we don't want to take that away from somebody if they want to have their first dance and do all of that. So there is a dance floor in the room. But with the table setting, we sanitize every single thing on the tabletop. So your napkin, your flatware, your water glass, we don't pour water until you sit down. And then we have table instead of escort cards where you just are assigned a table, we're doing place cards where you're assigned an actual seat. And then we have hand sanitizer as part of the table setting. So if somebody wants to extra sanitize, they can. But if it was a situation where it wasn't assigned seating, then we wouldn't actually set the table until the guests sat down so that we knew nobody else had touched the napkin or the silverware, or we just have to keep as few hands as possible on all of that stuff. So either it's super assigned and you go to your one spot and don't touch anything else, or we wait till guests sit down and then we give them their napkin and then we mark their silverware and that kind of stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Honestly, that makes me feel really good as a vendor that would be going into the property as a photographer or anything like that. Just knowing how safe you guys are being, it makes me feel really confident. Like less anxiety already. Like, oh, okay, we can do this.
Yeah, exactly. I definitely feel like it's a safe place to come to every day. It can get, some people can get scared coming to a building like this every day, but honestly, because of all the safety measures we put in place, I feel completely safe all of the time. And all of our team members are taking it really seriously. Everybody wears their masks. Everybody is washing hands, washing surfaces, elevator buttons, like every single little thing people are paying so much attention to. So it is a comforting feeling for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And have you seen wedding bookings start picking up, coming in, or events, small events?
So once we opened up, it's like the floodgates opened with site visits. So most of the larger weddings are next year and beyond. But I do see still a very good amount of leads and inquiries coming in for weddings for next year. Obviously with the hope that we'll be over 50 and all of that by then. So there's a big focus on that. Been meeting with couples frequently. And then, business for this year, I would say we have a lot of the smaller micro weddings, I think is the term that people are using, elopements, just things that are under 50. Conference-wise, there's not a ton this year. So I think we're going to rely on those smaller social events to get us through the year until we start seeing those big ones pick up again.
Yeah. And so just to kind of recap on how large gatherings can be at this point, it's still 50 and under.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Yep. We were teased by the idea that it might be 250 at one point, because that's what our plan to the Gaming Control Board said. But the governor obviously supersedes all of that. So he's still comfortable at 50. So as soon as he is comfortable increasing that limit, then we will gladly increase our limit as well, obviously still distancing and all of that. But yeah, at this time it's 50 and we have no idea when it's going to be lifted. I'm hoping by the end of the month, but things change.
Right.
So you never know.
One of the big reasons that I wanted to talk to Lydia as well is because we actually do have a Red Rock Casino Terrace package where we do a ceremony only option, which is utilizing one of their outdoor terraces, and then we bring our minister, you get a bouquet and boutonniere and photography. And then we have options, you would connect directly with Lydia to do any catering options, kind of like what she was talking about with their regular reception, right? I mean, you would directly communicate with them and kind of set up any sort of food and beverage services that they might want.
It works out really well to have a partnership with a company like Cactus Collective, because We're a little bit different in the way we do weddings, that we don't have coordination and vendor services and all of that on site. So guests have to get all of that on their own anyways. Of course, we can make suggestions and things. So to have a company like Cactus Collective they can go to and just do everything with one company and make it really seamless and easy, that makes it a lot easier for our guests. So that makes it a really easy partnership to have. We kind of provide the beautiful location and backdrop, and then you guys come in and do your thing and make it special for them and do all of the detail work. So it works out really well. And then if they want to stay on and have a cocktail party after, if they want to go to a restaurant, if they want to do a micro wedding reception, we can accommodate any of that. So it works out really well.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I think it's Red Rock Casino is a great option for so many people right now, especially. And you know, we're getting inquiries right now. People like I don't know if you've experienced, but the inquiries are shorter term. Like people plan, they might still actually have their wedding, their large wedding in a year in their hometown. But they're just like, we want to get married. Have you noticed that at all?
Yes. I've also seen a little bit of some couples that come to us that have booked somewhere else that is not going to be open on their original date. So they're we had 100-person thing planned at this place, and now it can be less than 50 and we can't have it at that place. So what can you do for us? So we've seen a few of those come in too. People just want to get married no matter how it happens. So yes, definitely seeing a lot of that throughout the summer and the rest of the year this year.
Yeah, and it sounds like you're pretty flexible, kind of interested in definitely talking with people about options at Red Rock and how you can kind of basically serve them.
Yes, flexibility is the name of the game right now. I mean, every single day things are changing. So you have to be flexible, and the couple also has to be flexible, knowing that standards are not driven by us. They're driven by the government and safety standards, and it's all in the best interest of everybody involved. So we do ask for flexibility from our couples as well, but we are also very flexible. We'll work with people however we can to make an experience for them that is still memorable, and even in a smaller scale.
Yeah.
Even during times. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add about Red Rock?
Not really, just that we're really happy to be back and have guests in the building and excited to see things picking up, and we will welcome anybody that wants to come.
Hey, so thanks so much for joining us. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a note in the Instagram direct message portion, or reach out via email, anything you like. We're happy to connect you directly with Lydia, and she can gladly answer any questions you have about the property as well. Thanks so much.